Today I'm actually going to do a tag video that was popular a couple years ago, and it was created by Cassie Thorpe. Hey girl. And the tag is $10,000 to spend on bags for your entire life. I'm going to be using today's prices without sales tax. I want to see how many bags I can get for $10,000 and see if I actually have to up that budget. Choosing bags for this budget was harder than I thought it would be. I think you'll be pretty surprised. And I chose bags that I would actually be using rather than picking bags that I just love. Before we get started, remember to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. As a handbag addict, there's nothing scarier than an empty handbag closet. The first must-have bag in my collection is, this is a vintage maxi canvas logo print single flat bag with a 24 karat gold. It has the jumbo CCs. This is my first vintage bag that I purchased about 4 years ago, and since then the prices have skyrocketed. Because this is canvas, it's almost worry-free. Although there's a Chanel logo all over it, I find it really fun and tasteful. And I actually think of it as a pattern. This goes with almost everything I wear. If I had to start all over again, this is the first bag I would look for. Because this is vintage, it's actually pretty hard to find. In today's market, if you can get this for $6,000 or less, you're golden. But I've seen this for over $7,000. So to be fair, let's price her at $6,500. Now that I spent $6,500, I have $3,500 left. With $3,500 left, there's not much to choose from Chanel. I can choose a wallet and chain, a lock, or I can choose one of small leather goods. So my second choice is, this is the jumbo clutch with chain and lambskin. This is a discontinued item. And currently this goes for about $3,500. So with both bags, we're already at $10,000. The reason I chose her is because I need the second bag to be versatile. If I put the chain inside the clutch, she can be an evening clutch. If I need her to be a little bit edgy during the day, I could hold her like a clutch with the chain showing like this. And if I'm running errands, I could actually put her on the shoulder. So as you can see with today's prices, I can't get much for $10,000. 2 bags is not enough. Let's up the budget to $20,000 and let's see what we can do. I'm going to be keeping the maxi bag, but I'm going to switch out the second bag. This is a top handle mini caviar, which came out in 2020 summer collection. That was the only season that they made this in caviar. This is my second bag pick for a bag that I must have in my life. However, I wasn't able to pick this because when we had a $10,000 budget. The reason I picked this bag for my collection is, I have mini rectangles without the top handle. In lambskin, I don't reach for those at all. And I actually prefer the mini rectangle with the top handle. Although this bag retailed for $4,400 when it came out, it was so difficult to get that now, almost a year after its release, it has doubled in value in the resale market. So these are now listed for $8,000. And even at $8,000, if I have to rebuild my collection all over again, a girl's gotta do what a girl's gotta do. So far I spent $14,500. I have $5,500 remaining. And the third bag is the DeVille with the top handle. So this bag currently retails for $4,600, and the reason I picked this is, of all the Chanel bags I use, I actually use the DeVille the most. For everyday running errands, as a gym bag, I can go to the grocery store with this. However, I don't overstuff this bag. I actually don't put groceries in here. I could take this bag and have lunch with my girlfriend, and then if I have to go to dinner somewhere, this bag still works. Obviously, it's not an evening bag, but aside from that, this bag goes with me everywhere. Some people say this bag wears easily, however, that was not my experience. But also, I don't overstuff my bag, and although this looks like a beach bag, I do not take this bag to the beach. So that's why this is my third pick. So now we're at $19,010. And at this point, I can't add another Chanel bag. So even though I increased the budget by $10K, I can only buy 3 Chanel bags at today's prices. And having 3 bags in my collection for the rest of my life isn't going to work for me. So let's pick up a couple of shifts, sell a couple of things, and let's up it to $30K. Alright, I'm going to keep these 3 bags, and I'm going to reach for the 4th one. This is the vintage mini square in caviar with the silver hardware. This is a discontinued item. And you may ask, I already have a mini bag in my collection. The white one I actually use as a top handle, and they actually serve me different looks. I wasn't interested in this bag until I saw it on Karen Burchick, and I saw that she could wear it with dresses, over coats. Even though this bag is small, the proportions makes it very versatile. And as you can see, I need a pop of color. Although this is a vintage bag, this bag is very sought after. Chanel still produces mini squares today, however, they stopped making them in caviar, and this vintage version is slightly bigger. You can actually fit some phones in here. So because of that, the vintage caviar's mini squares are way more expensive than the current Chanel mini squares. So this bag in the pre-loved market goes for about $7,000. Oh yes, it's very expensive. But that's because back in the days, they made less caviar bags than they did lambskin, and this one is in almost new condition. For me personally, I thought about getting the newer bags because they are a lower price point. But for me personally, I'm not into the lambskin mini squares that Chanel produces today. So this is a definite must-have if I have the budget. Alright, so now we're at $26,010. I have less than $4,000 remaining. We're in a similar situation as before where I have to decide, do I take a wallet on chain or do I get some fun SLGs? This is the micro bag in pink, and the reason I chose this is because for an SLG it's unusually wide, and I need to have something fun in my collection. So this bag is good for going to concerts, going dancing, and because it's in caviar and super light, it's pretty worry-free. This one currently retails for $2,000. Again, I'm choosing bags for the rest of my life, and this bag goes with almost everything I wear. So she's definitely on the list. Now the total is $28,010, so I have less than $2,000 left. And the last item is, this is a lambskin belt bag I got in 2020. The reason I got it was because of the ribbons on the belt. It is so colorful and it's so festive. Some people actually don't like the ribbon and they want to cut it off, and I'm like, oh no. That's the reason I got this bag. And surprisingly, this goes well with everything. If I'm wearing jeans, it looks really good on jeans. If I'm wearing on a dress, I can actually wear this over a coat. But I find this very Chanel without being boring. And this was one of the few Chanel items left that are under $2,000 I can choose from. So in today's market, this is about $1,800. So the grand total is $29,900. I'm $100 short. So in order for me to pick bags that I need for the rest of my life, I need $30,000 in today's market. So what was surprising for me as a classic bag lover is I actually didn't pick any classic bags. And the reason for that is they're just too expensive. But I chose to get other non-classic bags so that I could have more in my collection. And I think that's a true situation for someone who wants to buy Chanel today. When I first decided to do this tag video, I thought upping it to 20K would work. Then I spent 3 days pulling different bags trying to make it work, and then I realized it's not possible. And I'm surprised at the $30,000 budget, I still can't get a classic flap in here. So the point of all this is, if you go look at YouTubers who actually did this tag 10 years ago, you can actually get more bang for your buck. And I'm sure 2 years from now, I can't get these bags for 30K anymore. What I'm trying to say here is, if you choose desirable Chanel bags, they will go up in value. Figuring out which ones are going to go up in value is more difficult. And if you're serious about buying Chanel bags, so you might want to buy some sooner than later. I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to make your own tag video, and see you in the next one.